46 million Social Security accounts got locked out overnight, and most people still don't know what happened to them. If you created your My Social Security account before September 2021 and haven't logged in since, your username and password aren't just outdated, they were deleted. Most people never saw the notice, and if you don't fix this before you actually need your check, there's one specific reason your fix could take weeks instead of minutes. I'll show you which of 2 logins keeps your money moving, and the single mistake that gets people rejected twice. Here's what actually happened, in one sentence. As of June 7th, 2025, the Social Security Administration permanently shut down the old sign-in system, the one where you picked your own username and password directly on SSA.gov. That system is gone, not being phased out, gone. The only 2 ways into your account now are Login.gov or ID.me, 2 separate identity companies that verify who you are before SSA lets you see a single number on your record. If your account predates September 18th, 2021, and you haven't logged back in since this switch, your old credentials simply don't exist anymore in their system. You will hit a wall the moment you try to check your benefit amount, update direct deposit, request a replacement card, or track a disability claim. That's the situation. The next few minutes are the fix, which login to pick, the exact verification traps that lock people out, and the scam wave now targeting exactly this confusion. This wasn't a routine security patch. Self-managed usernames and passwords, the kind you invent yourself, have become one of the easiest targets for credential theft. Criminals buy leaked password lists and test them against government sites by the millions. SSA accounts sit on top of your full earnings history, your banking details, your social security number. That's an enormous target. So the government moved to what's called federated identity. Instead of SSA managing logins itself, Login.gov and ID.me handle the actual proof that you are who you say you are. A photo ID, a selfie, or short video. In some cases, a match against credit bureau records. It's stricter, and it's also, for the first time, out of SSA's hands entirely. Here's the part that makes the timing brutal. This transition landed while SSA field offices lost more than 7,000 staff positions to hiring freezes and cuts. Phone lines are backed up. In-person appointments in many offices are booked out for weeks. The agency is leaning harder on the online portal precisely because it has fewer humans available to help you the old-fashioned way, which means the online account isn't a convenience anymore. For millions of people, it's the fastest path that still works. You need exactly one of these 2 accounts, not both. Here's how to choose in under 30 seconds. Login.gov is the US government's own sign-in service. It's free, it's used across the IRS, the VA, USPS, and other federal agencies. And if you've ever set up an account for any of those, you may already have one. For most people, this is the default. And SSA points to it first for a reason. Verification is usually the fastest here if your address and ID are current. ID.me is a private identity verification company that also partners with SSA, the IRS, and the VA. It's a better fit if you've already used it somewhere else, if you have a recent move that hasn't hit your credit file yet, or if Login.gov, quote, automated check fails, and you'd rather talk to a live person on a video call to finish verification. Neither option costs a cent. Neither requires a smartphone. Both support landline phone verification. And if you truly have no phone, alternate methods exist. And whichever one you choose, your entire history with SSA, your earnings record, your benefit estimate, any pending application, links automatically the first time you sign in. You lose nothing by picking one over the other. The whole setup takes 5 to 30 minutes the first time, depending on which path and whether your records line up cleanly. That range matters, because the difference between 5 minutes and 30 almost always comes down to one avoidable mistake. That's next. Here's the mistake. People fail identity verification not because of some hidden gotcha, but because of mismatches they didn't know existed. First, your photo ID has to match what's on file. Current address, current legal name. If you moved recently and haven't updated your driver's license, or if your name changed and your ID still shows a maiden name, while your social security record shows a married name, the automatic check fails. Not because you're lying, because 2 records disagree. Second, the photo and selfie match is stricter than people expect. Bad lighting, an outdated ID photo, or glasses on in one photo and off in the other trips the system. Take the selfie in bright, even light, no glasses, and use the most recent version of your ID you have. Third, and this is the one nobody expects, a credit freeze. ID.me:"S". Automated verification checks your information against credit bureau records. If your credit is frozen, that check can fail instantly, and you won't necessarily be told why. You may need to temporarily lift the freeze with the bureau you use, verify, then refreeze it afterward. If any of that happens and you fail the automated check twice, you're not stuck. Both providers offer a live verification option, ID.me, through a video call with an agent, Login.gov through their support line, where a real person reviews your documents directly. It takes longer, sometimes same day, sometimes a short queue, but it resolves almost everything the automated system can't. Fix the mismatch before you start, and this takes 5 minutes. Walk in blind, and you're the person stuck in a support queue for a week. Now here's the part that should genuinely worry you. Confusion is exactly what scammers wait for. In February 2026, SSA's own Office of the Inspector General issued a warning about a surge in fraudulent emails built to look official. Government-style formatting, real agency logos, and in some cases, the actual names and photos of real SSA employees lifted from public sources. Nationally, government impersonation complaints filed with the FTC jumped more than 25% in a single year, with Social Security among the most impersonated agencies in the country. The pattern is almost always the same: an email or text claiming your account needs urgent re-verification, with a link that leads to a fake login page built to steal the exact credentials you just set up. 3 things protect you completely. Legitimate SSA email. Only ever comes from an address ending in .gov, never a personal or commercial domain. SSA will never ask you to verify your identity by clicking a link in an unsolicited email or text. And you never need to re-verify more than once, unless you initiate that yourself. If you ever suspect your Social Security identity has been compromised, SSA can place a self-lock on your record, blocking anyone, including you, from creating a new online account until you personally remove it, report identity theft to SSA directly, and to the FTC at identitytheft.gov. So here's exactly what to do in order. 1. Go to ssa.gov/myaccount and check whether you can still sign in with your old credentials. If you can't, that confirms you're one of the affected accounts. 2. Pick Login.gov first. It's the faster default for most people, and only switch to ID.me if verification fails or you already have that account elsewhere. 3. Before you start, confirm your ID matches your current legal name and address, and unfreeze your credit temporarily if it's frozen. 4. If automated verification fails twice, don't retry blindly. Go straight to the live video or phone verification option. That resolves almost every case the algorithm can't. Do this before you need it, before a benefit check, before an address change, before a claim update. Not during an emergency, when a 5-minute setup under normal conditions turns into a multi-week wait during a staffing shortage. The login changed, the stakes didn't. Your benefits, your earnings record, your claim status, all of it now sits behind a stricter front door, built by a system with fewer people available to help you through it in person, set the account up while it's routine, not while it's urgent. If you want the exact walkthrough for fixing a rejected verification step by step, that's the next video. I'll link it below.